We are going to put everything together, and this is the kind of assignment that we would have had we been in class all the time. I have here the G major scale from yesterday. I'm gonna kind of scroll down a little bit. We're gonna do this one in F major. So here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna write a song in the key of F major. It's gonna contain one neighboring tone, one passing tone, and one suspension, and it's gonna sound great. So first, we write a treble clef. We're doing F major, so we start on F. Here's F. And now we do whole step, half step, whole step, whole step, whole step, half step from F if we don't remember that the key of F only has one flat, and that's B flat. Eventually you just memorize all these, but I assume you didn't. So, F. Oh dear. F. Skip the black key up to G. Great. G. Skip the black key up to A. Great. That's two whole steps. Half step now, we're on a black key. B is the next letter of the alphabet. It is down from B, making it B flat. So flat, B, great. Whole step to C, skips B. Awesome. Whole step up to D, skip the black key. Whole step up to E, skip the black key. And half step to F, and we're done. And now we got to do scale degrees, because as you figured out from the last couple of weeks of videos, scale degrees are really the way everything works. The notes only matter if you're trying to play them on an instrument. For composing, that's what actually matters. All right, chords. Roman numeral 1. One chord is going to be 1, 3, 5. That's F, A, C. There's my one chord. My 4 chord is going to be B flat, 4, 6, and 1. 4, 6, 1. That's a B flat chord. Right there, 4, 6, 1. And my 5 chord is going to be 5, 7, and 2 up there. But that was terrible. Sorry about that, people. 5, 7, and 2. But 2 is also down here, so we can do like that. So my 1 chord is 4 chord, 5 chord. And there we have it all. Remember, these repeat into infinity in both directions forever and ever and ever. Now we're going to write a song. Here's how we would write a song. Give yourself your clef, key signature, time signature. Our song is going to be 4 measures long. There are basically 2 ways to write a song. You either start with the melody and then figure out what chords go with that melody, or you start with some chords and you write a melody to fit the chords. Using the music theory that we know, we're going to start with chords and then add a melody on top of it. So I'm going to give myself 4 measures here. And I'm going to do a chord progression that goes 1 chord to the 4 chord to the 1 chord to the 5 chord. And so now if I was a piano player or a guitar player or something in the real world and I got some Roman numerals like that, I would know, okay, we're in the key of F. We play this chord progression. So it's going to go 1, 2, 3, 4. 1 chord, 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, 4. And that's my song. Now I got to write a melody. So here's the rules. You're going to use only quarter notes. You have to use at least 1 passing tone, at least 1 neighboring tone, and at least 1 suspension. And you have to start each measure with a chord tone. And so that's what we're going to do. The only secondary rules are that scale degree 4 usually really wants to go down to scale degree 3, except when it's in the chord. And scale degree 7 really wants to go to scale degree 1, except when it's in the chord. And then we would start a song. So I'm going to start a song. I'm going to start on scale degree 5. And so I'm starting on 5, which is in the 1 chord. And I know that I need a passing tone, a neighboring tone, and a suspension. So right off the bat, I'm going to do an upper neighbor. So I'm starting on 5, which is in my chord. I'm going to go up to 6. And 6 is not in the chord. It is a non-chord tone. And if I go 5, 6, 7, 7 is also not in the chord, so I can't make that into a passing tone. But if I come back to 5, because remember, a neighboring tone is when you're on a chord tone, you go 1 note away from it, and then you come back to where you started. This makes this an upper neighbor. 5, 6, 5. Now I can do whatever I want. I'm going to the 4 chord, so I don't want to go down to 4, because that wouldn't be a suspension. I'm going to go down to 3. So 5, 6, 5, 3. Chord tone, upper neighbor, chord tone, chord tone. Now, on the 4 chord, I'm going to start on 4, because why not? And that's my chord tone. So I already did an upper neighbor, so now I'm going to do a lower neighbor. 4, down to 3, back up to 4, 3, 4. And then I'm going to go up to 6, which is a chord tone. And that's arbitrary. I could have gone to 1 or repeated 4. It doesn't matter. So 3 in this case. 4 is a chord tone. 4 is a chord tone. 6 is a chord tone. So they're all coming from there. This is our chord. 3 is not. 3 is a lower neighbor. Now I'm on my 1 chord. I'm on scale degree 6. I start on 5 here. I'm going to do 5 again. Great. So I've used neighboring tones. I got to use a passing tone, and I got to use the suspension. So let's get the passing tone out of the way. A passing tone is a non-chord tone between 2 different chord tones. So if I go 5 to 4 to 3, like that, 3 is in my 1 chord, 5 is in my 1 chord, 4 is not. 4 is passing in between the 2, plus it completes my 4 wants to go down to 3 thing. Over here, 4, 3, 4, this 4 doesn't necessarily want to go to 3 because it's in the chord. When they're in the chord, it kind of negates their powers. Let's hear what this sounds like for right now. So right now my melody goes... Cool. I'll play the chords with it. So it goes 5, 6, 5, 3, 4, 3, 4, 6, 5, 4, 3. I'm going to go to 1 and do my suspension. A suspension has to happen between the end of one measure and the beginning of another. And so if you remember, a suspension is a note that's a chord tone in the first measure that you're talking about, and then it repeats itself in the next measure where it's not a chord tone, and then it resolves down. So if I go to 1 right here, 1 is in my 1 chord, obviously. But now if I repeat 1 here in my 5 chord, there's no 1 in my 5 chord, right? So that's fine, because I set it up here to suspend it into the next one, right? You are suspending it over something, like you're dangling it out. Now it's got to resolve down, and 1 can resolve down to 7, which is a chord tone. So that makes this a suspension. So it's going to sound like this. Then I'm going to do another passing tone. Yeah. That's going to sound great. So I'm going to go 1, 7, and then I'm going to go back up to 1, not in the chord. Uh-oh, but 2 is. And so now that's a passing tone. Suspension, chord tone, passing tone, chord tone, right? Because I'm on my 5 chord. So here's my whole song. It goes 5, 6, 5, 3, 4, 3, 4, 6, 5, 4, 3, 1, 7, 1, 2, and then I can repeat it. And here's what it sounds like with the chords. It's like Disney Junior. I'm repeating it. This is the second time. Third measure, 5, 4, 3, 1, 1, 7, 1, 2. Brilliant. So here's what your assignment would be. You would need to write a melody in the key of F major that contains 1 passing tone, 1 neighboring tone, and 1 suspension. And since this is remote learning and yada, 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 you're going to respond with just a series of numbers. So let's say you wanted to do, I'll do an example. You can go like this. First line, Roman numeral 1, Roman numeral 4, Roman numeral 1, Roman numeral 5. Now, I'm going to do an example right now. I could go 5, 4, 3, and 4 is passing. 5, 4, 3, 1, and then I'm going to go 4, 5, 4, 6, and this is a neighbor because of chord tone up and then back, and then I could go 5, well, I got a neighboring tone, I got passing tone, and need suspension. 5, 3, 1, 3. Those are all chord tones. And then my 5 chord, 3, which is a suspension, 2, 1, 7, 1 is a passing tone. So you would turn in something that looks like that. And if you want to put bar lines in this way, that's fine. And the song that I just wrote, not even looking at the keyboard to know what it sounds like, here's what I just wrote. Here's 5. So 5, 4, 3, 1. So that's what I just wrote. I'll sing it badly. 5, 4, 3, 1, 4, 5, 4, 6, 5, 3, 1, 3, 3, 2, 1, 7. And then I'll just end on 1 because 7 wants to go to 1. Anyway, that's what you're going to do. Good luck out there. Bye.